Uh, Law kicks one of the bins at his feet. The sea of electronic parts within rattle loudly. You gonna buy something? Your eldest hired a goo assassin to... I know! Those piss-drinking, pig-sucking... Law erupts into a torrent of livid, awkward profanity, some sort of pidgin of Cantonese and text speak. He catches himself short, pulls himself back together, and clenches his fists. You know whose fault this is? She always had it in for Magpie, because Magpie was a genius. That turbo-snorting woo-woo idiot and her lackeys almost destroyed the Wampa network. He folds his arms across his chest. I hope they string the bones of those morons from the gutters with a bunch of monofilament wire from the blessed autofab. Law pauses and looks over at you. I heard all the rumors, but what's the full story? What do you know? We need to port this data out to the whole tribe. Before I go on, you seem fond of Maggie. Magpie. Magpie was the best of the bunch. She was a wicked coder and an overhot decker, plus she knew the infrastructure. Those of us in Magpie's bus maintained the shadow nets. That's what keeps Wampa independent. Now we've lost Magpie and half the other elders. All that skill base is gone, all because got a bunch of cruft in her boards. It was her fault, I'm telling you. Tell Maximum Law the whole story. He listens in prolonged silence as you lay it all out. When you're done, he shakes himself, as if awakening from a bad dream. Whoa. Law seems stunned. For real? Man, this is gonna go down in tribal law, SCKC. Here, this is a credit stick I keep on hand for when people have special information. Take it, you've earned it. I kinda wanna think now and share files. Alright, see you later, Law. You gotta go? Okay, watch your back and shoot straight and all. Law grins at you and dexterously flashes a hand sign that Shadowrunners give each other in Holovitz shows. I've got things to do too. Alright, so we can tell Maximum Law what happened on our runs and he'll pay us for the data. And then he'll share the data with everybody else, I guess. Alright, might as well go check out the parlor as well. We got this guy, Dr. Shenyang. A rotund, balding dwarf in a cheap suit turns to face you. Light glints from the heavy gold chains that hang around his neck. When he speaks, the voice that greets your ears is high and nasal, and has been contorted into a rough approximation of a New York accent. What? Cheap suit, heavy gold chains, nasal, New York accent. Pleased to meet ya. Cheng was kind enough to arrange this little sit-down between us. He extends a slab-like hand for you to shake. You can call me Dr. Shenyang. What? Shake his hand. Pleased to meet you. I'm Isikashi. His grip is as soft as his palm is moist. It's like shaking hands with a boneless ham. You share a long, uncomfortably flaccid handshake before he finally releases you. Ah, delightful. I'm looking for a little outside help on a problem I've been having. Ordinarily, I'd handle it myself or have some of my friends see to it, but it's kinda delicate, you know? My guys been noticed before they made any headway on my problems. So I figure, hey, I hire contractors all the time. Might as well get some contractors of a different stripe. Maya, tell me about your problems. Maybe we can help. I run a little film studio, Southern Crown Films. We mostly do trade work, but we record some sims too. Maybe you've seen some of my stuff. Space Mongols from the Moon, The Flavor of Pomegranates, Ultimate Kill Squad. I can't say I've had the pleasure. Ah, too bad. I'll send some over to Cheng so you can take a look. I'm sure Madam Cheng would love that. Anyway, there's this other guy in the industry, and we've been butting heads since day one. Name's Neville Ma. He runs Yellow Spring Studios. No matter what I do, I can't shut him out of the biz. He always manages to get one over on me, steal my stars. He's been running me into the ground with this show called Promises in Moonlight. The star's a girl named Penelope Wong. Newest talent, but the viewers have been going nuts over her. She's the show's linchpin. Hang on, I'm getting there. So about 6 months ago, Neville was out in Guangzhou for some hoity-toity party. He's on the road probably drunk, a semi comes out of nowhere and pow, wrecks his fancy new Eurocar Westwind. Bad luck for Neville, good luck for me, I figure. Hey, that's the end of him for the year, and I start planning some new stuff he can't compete with from inside the hospital. You follow me so far? Alright, yes, please keep going. Problem is the bastard's back in the game already, and he's bringing out season 2 of Promises in Moonlight. I need that show off the air one way or another, and that, my friend, is where you come in. How long did it take him to recuperate? I tell ya, kid, he should have been in that hospital for at least 3 months. And in physical therapy a lot longer. Only took him a week to get out. I couldn't freaking believe it. That kind of medical care costs top dollar. He's got a lot of money, but not that much. Are you sure you want to mess with a guy like that? Recovery time like that means one of two things is going on. Neville could have found himself a silent partner, someone willing to pay top dollar for cutting-edge care. I don't think it's likely, but it could have happened. If it ain't that, the smart money says he's been skimming off the top of Yellow Spring's earnings and not reporting it to the other shareholders. Tell me how I fit into this. I need you to go get me something to blackmail Neville with. Find out how he could afford to get out of the hospital so fast. He works out of his penthouse most days, so search his computer, closet, sock drawer, whatever. There's gotta be something incriminating in there. Where's this penthouse? Neville lives in the Repulse Bay. It's this real swanky joint on the south end of Hong Kong Island, by the bay with the same name. I haven't been able to get anybody in to poke around his apartment because the security's too tight. Lucky for you though, Neville's throwing a party on the mezzanine level with all the shops and a restaurant and a balcony and such. He's celebrating the second season launch of his show and everybody's gonna be there, gonna make a real snarl for the building security. You might also want to hit up the party if you can, bluff your way in. Everyone close to Neville will be there, and most of them will be 3 sheets to the wind by the time you get there. Some discreet questioning might get me the dirt that I need. Just remember, if you go to the party, don't use your real name. Go with Argyle. Should be safe enough. There's nobody in the biz out here with that name, so nobody will ask any questions about how your work's going. Couldn't you just make a better show? It's not just a better show, it's Penelope Wong too. I get her, I get all her fans too. They'll watch anything she's in. Listen, it's like this. A little blackmail never hurt anybody, alright? Well, except the person you're blackmailing. It's just how things work in the industry. I don't dislike the guy, but I gotta stay on top of the business. Now, the blackmail material is what I need more than anything, but if you can get Penelope Wong out of her contract, I'll pay you extra, got it? I want that star power on my side. One last thing, I don't want you starting a scene while you're there. You interrupt his party, make a mess, or trash his apartment, and I'm not paying you. We clear on that? Why the concern? If you're gonna hamstring me before I even go on the run, I wanna know why. Because it's how do you say this? Gaucher? I can't have Ma knowing I'm after him. In my business, everybody's got dirty tricks, but if you make it public, you're using him. Dr. Shenyang draws a finger across his throat. That's it. My career is as dead as the People's Republic of China. Nobody will work for me ever again, so don't embarrass me, okay? Understood, I'll be discreet. That's what I like to hear. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. You can get paid, and I'll put the word out that you're a solid hire. You don't seem like you deal with Shadowrunners much. Shadowrunners, moonlight prances. Who gives a crap? I got money and a job, and I don't care who does it as long as the price is right. What's more, I got a lot of friends around town, and a lot of them run in your circles too. If you say so. He looks up at you, eagerness in his eyes. So what, we got a deal? You're gonna do it? We have a deal. His grin widens. Good man. That's what I'd like to hear. When you're done, drop Cheng a line. I'll come meet you back here and I'll hand over the money. Does Cheng want to know about this? Alright. No, she doesn't. So we got yet another job. We have like 4 open jobs. Alright, I'm gonna go back and sleep. There's a lot of dialogue in this game. I just spent like 3.5 hours on dialogue. Alright, let's go have a nightmare again. You wake up with a start, your limbs bound up in a sweaty tangle of linen bed sheets. An incredible sorrow swells in your chest. You feel empty, half-starved and alone. Fragmentary memories of a half-remembered dream flit through your mind. They're already fading away to nothing. Chase the memories. You close your eyes and concentrate, willing yourself to keep the dream from slipping away. Gradually, the memory comes back to you. The walled city, and of course, you were back in the walled city. You don't remember how you got there, but it couldn't have been any place else. Even the barons weren't so squalid. You remember craning your neck to look above you. The buildings that made up this part of the walled city were new construction, even cheaper than the old. Now their foundations had rotted out from under them, and the buildings leaned into one another like a gang of drunken men. A rain of plaster and ash and asbestos sprinkled down, dusting your shoulders. You begin to creep forward, picking your way past the piles of refuse and debris. Past the pimps and the dumpster fires, the broken glass and the dirty needles. The air reeked of rotten sewage and industrial waste. A disgusting melange that caught in your sinuses and crawled down your throat. You gagged on the stink, but it didn't slow you down. In the back of your mind, you knew that you had no reason to be doing this. There was nothing for you in the walled city. You shouldn't have been there. But the rest of you was hungry, unbearably, indescribably hungry, and that part of you knew that if you kept moving, you'd finally get to eat. Ghouls? Is everybody turning into ghouls? As you forced your way deeper into the walled city, locals stood at their windows and stared. Inexplicably, some of them dropped to their knees. You kept moving. You could see something in the distance, a silhouette, something enormous, at least twice the size of a troll, but delicate. It was beautiful. The huge figure beckoned to you, gesturing with slender limb. An explosion of warmth filled your chest, and you knew that if only you could reach it, your problems would be over. She, would make all of your sorrows disappear. You moved forward at a crawl, but the figure felt impossibly far away. You reached out, calling to her, and then you woke up. The empty feeling in your stomach slowly fades, taking the strength and vibrance of the memories away with it, along with it. Hungry. Zombies or ghouls? A giant figure. Could be a dragon? Twice the size of a troll. Well, a dragon is much bigger than a troll, not just twice the size. Twice the size of a troll. Alright. So I'm gonna go ahead and save the game. In fact, let me go down to the train station. to the train station, save the game. And then when we come back next time, we're actually gonna do some shadow running. What do we have here? Like, Isabel's job, feng shui, artifacts, blackmail a dude. Wait, didn't we have 3 jobs for Kindly Chang? No, we did one. Alright, that's right. Right, save. Alright, see you next time.